Welcome back to Chesterton Road. You join me here for a video where I'm going to unbox a new loco. Welcome back to Chesterton Road. You join me for a video today where I'm going to open up a new loco that I've bought. It's not going to be an unboxing video as such, but this particular loco has received a bit of a mixed response, I think it's fair to say. So I thought it might be quite interesting to sort of make a video of opening it and seeing exactly what we've got, seeing whether we've got a good one or a not so good one. Some of the issues that this particular model has suffered from are quality issues really. Bits missing, bits fallen off. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to do a video where I open it up and see exactly what it's like. Is it as good as people say? Is it as bad as people say? We'll see. In case you haven't already guessed, I am of course talking about the Hattons Class 66. I've been looking at getting another 66 for a while in the DB red livery. And I was looking at a Bachmann one because I've just released a couple of new running numbers. And then the Hattons one I was a little bit put off by just because of some of the reviews I'd seen of it, some of the comments I'd seen, quality issues, bits falling off and running issues. But when the Hattons one was reduced in price, so it's actually slightly cheaper than the Bachmann model, I thought it was worth taking a chance, even if it had a couple of issues, as long as they were relatively easy for me to sort out. I was quite happy to do that myself. This is actually the second time I've tried making this video. This is the second model. The first one cosmetically was absolutely fine, really good condition, no problems with it, and no bits of detailing falling off, no marks, no glue marks, nothing like that. But unfortunately it didn't run. I put it on the layout or on the test track, tried it on DC, the lights came on but absolutely nothing else. I was only using an old Hornby analog controller, so I thought, well, I'll try putting the decoder in and see what happens. But it's a similar issue. All the lights would work on functions, I think it's 0 to 4, but I couldn't read any CVs. I couldn't change the address on it. It wouldn't read any of the CVs, and it wouldn't respond at all. There was nothing from the motor at all. So I contacted Hattons. This was on, I think it was the 22nd of December. And they advised me that I should return it for a replacement. So I sent it back on the 23rd, I think it was, or it might have been that day, the 22nd, second class post. I assumed it wouldn't get back to them before Christmas, the Christmas rush and everything. So I thought, well, if they get it the following week and send out a replacement, it'll probably be at least a week or so before I get a replacement. But then today, which is Christmas Eve, 24th, there was a knock at the door at 7 o'clock this morning, and it was the postman with a box of Hattons. So I was very, very pleasantly surprised. So one thing you'd have to praise Hattons for is their customer services, in that they've managed to get the model out to me before Christmas. I can only assume they didn't wait for the old one to get back before they sent this one out, which is very good of them. So here it is. So yeah, we'll get it out of the box now and we'll see what it looks like. So we've got all the usual boxing. I'm not going to go through all the instructions and all that. This video is more about seeing whether we get a quality model or not, or whether there's any issues with it. So there we go. I'll take it out of. Put that to one side. So we've got the detailing pack in there. Straight away I can see there's a little, probably no point me showing the camera, there's a little bit of black detail there. I don't know whether it's probably one of the pipes or something that hangs off the body shell. It's come loose, but I mean that in itself isn't a major issue. If that's the only problem with it, I'll be quite pleased. Detailing back to one side. first thoughts. The grill on the top, I know people have had issues with that being damaged, being bent, not being glued down properly. Possibly, no, I think that's fine. It's certainly not damaged anyway, that looks good. So if we take the model off, that's that tiny bit of detailing. You probably won't even see it on the camera there, but there's a tiny little, don't even know what it is. I have to do a bit of research on that. It might take a while to spot it, but this obviously has come off from somewhere. But initial thoughts, we've got all axle, well, I say axle boxes, the axle ends all attached that side. Same on that side, they're all attached. No glue marks, nothing like that. In terms of the detailing, the handrails all appear to be present. No damage to any of those, which is good. It's these pieces, little bits of detail that hang down off the body shell that you really have to watch out for, especially when you're taking the body shell off. Very, very delicate. And these, I'll just show you now, these handrails here that are on the bottom steps, they're also attached to the body, and I think it's almost impossible to take the body shell off without damaging these. The paint just seems to flake off. I had read that on a few reviews, and it certainly did that with the previous one when I tried to take the body off to install the decoder. Just giving the wheels a little wobble to see if any of the axle boxes or axle ends, what their proper name is, see if any of them are stuck to the bogie frames, but they don't appear to be. So things looking good. Looking good. It doesn't appear to be certainly no obvious damage, just that one tiny piece of detail there, which whether I'll ever even work out what it is, I don't know. It's certainly nothing obvious. But yeah, it all looks good, I'm pleased to say so. That's potentially 2 out of 2 cosmetically good ones that I've had. Hopefully this one will actually work when I put it on the track. But seeing it again, the level of detail on these models, it really is incredible. It's not until you actually get to sort of see it up close that you realise just how much detail there is on there compared to the Bachmann one. I've always considered the Bachmann model to be a good one, and I have no problem with the 3 that I own. But you do sort of realise how much of a difference there is between the Bachmann one and the Hattons one when you actually see it in the flesh, as it were. So yeah, we'll get it up onto the test track now, and we'll give it a try on DC, see if this one does actually respond, and then if that's all good, we can get the chip in it and get it working properly. Okay, so we're back up on the layout. I've got the loco on my little bit of test track. I just gave it a quick test on DC, and I'm pleased to say that it did burst into life, albeit rather sluggishly with the Hornby analog controller I've got. I did test it beforehand on the rails, and despite the fact that it's got a 19-volt transformer, the controller was only putting out about 8 volts to the railway, but it was enough to get the loco to move, so that's a good start. I've got the body off, which second time around was a lot easier. I've got this little pile of plasticard bits here, which as anyone that's taken the body off one of these will know, are essential for sliding down the body sides to release the clips, and also just to protect the detailing that's attached to the underside of the body. I'm not quite sure why they did it that way. I don't see why those bits of detailing couldn't have been attached to the chassis, but that's just the way they've done it. This time around I didn't damage any of the paintwork, because on the little handrails that are attached to the underside of the body, on a couple of them the paintwork did sort of flake off a bit when I took the body off the first one. This time round I've managed to get it off without any damage. So I've got the decoder in it now. So the first thing we need to do is to set the address. I've got the Z21 start, but using the wired multi-mouse. As you can see, light shining on the screen, but there I've already entered the loco into my roster as 66097. With this, I don't know how other DCC controllers work, but with this one, what you do, if I go into the programming mode, when you create a new loco, so got loco, press OK, and then we'll go to edit. You put in the loco number or the whatever you want to name, you want to refer to it as. Press enter. Then it asks you for like a library number. So for this one, it's going to be number 6. So change that to 6. Press OK. And then it gives you your speed steps. So that's SS, and then 128. You can change it to 14, 28, 128. Press OK. And then that saved it. So the loco roster number is number 6, which means that now I've got to change the address in CV1 to 6 to match. This is where I came unstuck with the first one when I went into the programming mode, which I'll do now. Select the right loco, 66097. Oh, that's not it, it's not got that. Go to programming mode. So CV modifications, that will say when it scrolls across. This is the issue I had with the first one, it just wouldn't acknowledge that there was anything on the track. So press OK, so C for CV, that's the address. Number 1 is the one we need to change, so 1, OK. And on this one, as you can just see, it's nudged forward and it has read CV1 as 3, which it should be. So we need to change that to 6. Okay, again it will little jerk to say it's acknowledged that, and now, all being well, we should have some life. And I'm pleased to say it's working. I'm just gonna take you off the tripod. We'll just quickly check the lights to make sure they're working. As many of you will know, they're independently controlled on this one, depending on what end we've got it. So if I press one, that's the marker lights coming on there, and then 1 is for the tail lights, if you're going, which are independently can be controlled on or off. 2 will be the tail lights at the other end. 3, that's your headlight. I'll just check it at the other end, so I'll just change directions. Marker lights, tail lights, headlight. All good, excellent. So I don't have a rolling road, and obviously my layout's an end to end, so I can't give it a proper run in. What I will do at some point is just buy a cheap oval of track, so at least I can give everything a good run every now and then. But yeah, I'm quite happy that that's all good. So we'll very carefully get the body back on, and then I can take some running shots with it on the layout. Okay, so that's the body back on, all in place with no problems. I say no problems. One piece of advice I will give you is when you are putting the body back on, make sure you've got it the right way around. I put it back on and got it 95% of the way there, and it wouldn't quite fix back into place properly, and then I realised I've got it the wrong way around. And obviously the cab steps are at a slightly different position on either end, so it wouldn't quite fit back on, and that was the reason why. So I had to take it off and pop it back on again. I think it's definitely one of those things that the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So it's back on now. It may well come off again if I decide to put a driver in there, but for the moment it's on and I'm quite happy with it. So I will end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it, and it's given you a bit of insight into these locomotives and sort of maybe helped you make a decision as to whether to buy one or not. Personally, I would definitely buy another one. I think there's an element of luck, I suppose, in whether you get a good one or not. But with the price you're paying at the moment, even if they have like a couple of minor issues, it's not sort of something that you can't sort out yourself relatively easily. So I would say go for it. But for now, I will say goodbye, and I'll leave you with a few running shots of 66097 on its new layout. I'll hopefully be back soon with a layout update. I have been making a little bit of progress here and there, but just not enough to put together into a video. But I've probably got enough now to make it worthwhile. So I'll start putting a video together for that. But for now, I'll say goodbye. Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope you have a happy New Year. Goodbye.